Hey, thanks for finding us on YouTube here. We're at Flowers on 9th in downtown Lethbridge, Alberta. And today we're going to cover making a hand-tied bouquet that you're going to take home and enjoy for yourself. So when you come into the store, tell us you'd like some cut flowers. You're welcome to come to the cooler, pick out what you like. You make your selection and we'll put it together for you. Today we've got some great spring colors, yellow gerberas, or pink gerberas, yellow daisies, miniature carnations, some heather. So we're going to put them together. So I'll go over a few tips on what to look for when you're getting your cut flowers and how we're going to arrange them for you before you take them home. So always check your foliage and make sure that it's nice and fresh and green. That's the first thing to wilt on flowers is the foliage. And mixed colors are always nice, and it's always casual to have a good mix of colors there. So we went through the cooler, we've picked up some flowers for you, and we're going to start putting them together here. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to clean off any of the greenery that's going to be below the flower line so that it doesn't sit below the flower line, because the first thing that'll do is start to cause bacteria to grow, and that's the worst thing for your flowers is bacteria in the water. It cuts the vase life down incredibly. So we're going to remove everything that goes below the water line. We've got some miniature carnations here that are going to last a long time. Some Solidago, which is going to be nice and bright and yellow. Some of you might know it also as goldenrod. It's another name for it. So we're just going to clean off all the foliage that might get below there. And we've got some Gerbera Daises here. They're incredible. The colors are wonderful. They stand up really well in a vase. A little bit of filler here. This is what we call Misty blue. And so we'll use a little bit of that in there. And some bright daisies here, the yellows. Again, just cleaning up the foliage that's on there. So we've got them all groomed up here, and then we've got some heather, which is great for line. It helps to create some bulk and body in the bouquet. It'll give it some direction with the line. And just cleaning it all up here. So usually we start with some of the softer flowers in the middle, and that today will be the gerberas. And we've got some greens here we're going to work with there. So we grab our two gerberas, kind of arrange them like this. We'll put some greenery in there. That helps to hold them in place. What we do at Flowers on 9th here is not traditionally a European hand-tied, but it's a faux hand-tied. So we try and arrange the flowers in our hand, and then we'll tie them off so that when you get home, all you have to do is cut the stems and drop them in a vase of water, and you're good to go. So we'll start with our gerberas. We're going to add our daisies because we've got some bulk and it'll help us to get some balance going on here. A little bit more greenery with this just to fill it out. Now I'm using boxwood here, comes from British Columbia. It's a great product, locally grown. And the miniature carnations, that soft pink is really going to soften that look in there. So, and they've got great fragrance too. One of the flowers, few flowers left that have fragrance to them is the carnations and miniature carnations. So we're going to use some of those as well too. And then we'll pop in the goldenrod or the Solidago right at the end. And just kind of balance that out too. Now we'll finish off with our filler flower with our Misty blue. And at this point in time, we can take and adjust the heights of the flowers, how tall we want them or how short. We can move them around a little bit. Finish off with our filler. And finally, we're going to add the heather. And the heather, I might take and even just go right through the center on some of these and bring it up through the middle, gives it some depth. Creates a little bit of interest with that, so it's not all one height. It's all some variation in height in there. And we also want to show the blossoms of the heather, which go down the side of the stem. Now we're at that point where we're going to finish off the outside of it, and this is Salal leaves, again from British Columbia. Beautiful product, locally grown. We use a lot of Canadian product here at the store. Our first choice is to buy Canadian, so we buy as much as we can from BC because it's good and close for us to get it here. The product arrives within a day. It's nice and fresh. You can't beat that. So we're just doing what's called a collar effect, where we wrap it around the outside edge. So as we're getting all this together, you're in the front of the store either filling out your card or checking out what else we've got here, and we're trying to get this together for you and make a great presentation. So it's something nice that you can either give to a friend or take home for yourself to enjoy. And we're just about finished here. And now we've got what we call an untraditional hand-tied bouquet. What we do at this point in time is use some sort of binding agent. Tonight we'll use raffia, and we'll wrap it around there and just give it a bit of a tight pull so it stays in place. And there you go. That's your hand-tied bouquet. We'll trim the stems so they're all at the same length. And generally, the Gerberas will get water picks on them. Roses will definitely get water picks on them. The Stargazer lilies are another one that need water picks, and that's just for your protection. The flowers drink the entire time you have them, and then they'll stand up better for you. Those are flowers that typically have a tougher time rehydrating. So when we come out, we'll show you the bouquet. You can have a look at that, and then we'll wrap it for you. So this particular product we call rice paper. It's just a type of woven natural material. And we'll lay our flowers in there like such. Now, we always include flower food and a care card. Make sure that you add the food to the water you're getting. Read the care card. In order to get the optimum life out of your flowers, follow the instructions on there. It makes a huge difference. Keep them out of the sunlight. Keep them away from the furnace register, things like that, off the top of the TV. Anywhere where it's going to become extra warm, that's the last thing you want. So now we've got our bouquet finished, and we're just going to tie it off. And you are good to go. Great presentation, wonderful gift to give to someone. When you get where you're going with it, we're going to show you how to set it up. We've already arranged them and tied them off so that they're all where they should be when they drop into the vase. So I've got a vase here and some water. And so we're going to, everyone should have a vase at home. This is a standard vase, it works great. Everybody seems to have one. Any vase will do. This is the one that I happen to grab. So we'll add our water to it, and we'll put our flower food into it. As soon as I get these off of there, there's a reason for these, you'll see in a minute. So you get them home, just cut the wrapping paper on it, and this is what I would do first actually. I'll save the tissue. We are going to take the vase, and that's what the elastic bands are for, is bring all this wrapping material up around the edge of the vase, dresses it up really nice, put an elastic band around that, and you're good to go. You've got a nice looking vase, just a very basic everyday looking vase that you may have at home from a previous arrangement. And you've just dressed it up really nicely with material that we've sent with you. So you now have your bouquet. We're going to retrim the bottoms. We always cut the bottoms off of our stems. The cells that open up when you cut the stems usually will start to close up within 5 to 10 seconds. So the quicker you can recut the stems and get it into the water, the better off your flowers are going to do. So we'll just give them again another quick cut here. If there were water picks on any of the items, remove them. And again, we've already arranged these, so we just drop them into the vase, and you just spread them out a little bit, and you have a beautiful arrangement that sits anywhere, on a table, at a desk if it's going to someone at work. It's beautiful from all sides, and that is a cut flower bouquet from Flowers on Knife.